started lambing group 2. Or spring lambing.
Spring lambing. This is out of our homegrown ram.
Freight train.
We call him Freight Train. His real name's Fergus. Yeah, so that's these are his lambs. Our second ewe to go was kind of off from about 10 o'clock this morning, Pacific, BC, Canada time. And we're kind of watching her all day. Nothing was really progressing.
Oh, they gotta fix that railroad crossing.
Sorry, guys. Finally, at about noon, I went in to check. She wasn't super dilated. Couldn't get my hand in very far, so decided to give her some more time. Finally, at about 2 p.m., so 4 hours later, we have a little water sack and a good string, like you would
Mucus
string, similar to the water sack coming out and what's there, the start of what you would think would be active labor.
You went.
Watched her for a little bit. After about an hour and a half, there was no progression, so I went in to check and I felt a tail.
In to check, like inside.
Yeah, gloved up, put my hand in.
When we say in to check, we don't mean go into the pen to check. We mean like
I
reach inside to feel lamb in the body. Yeah.
Yeah, I gloved up and put my hand inside.
Where the lamb's supposed to come out, you go put your hand in to find the lamb. Yeah.
So I did that, and there's a tail.
Just a tail.
Just a tail. No legs.
Squishy all the way around.
And because when I put my hand in, if I just left it there, she was fine. But if I tried to move it at all, she'd push. So I couldn't get in far enough to try and feel any other body parts. I couldn't find legs, I couldn't find nothing. It was all squishy and a tail. Greg tried had the same experience.
Same thing. You put your hand in, and when there's a tail there, it's pretty easy because there's a butt. The next thing the tail's attached to is the butt, and then down from the butt there should be 2 legs. So you run your hands down, you should be able to find the back legs and pull it up. But she was so tight inside that you put your hand in, she just tightened up around that tail, and you couldn't massage or work your hand. Like Carrie said, the second you moved or flinched, she would just push, but she was already tense. So experience said there's no way we're getting this lamb out.
Yep, and I've had the vets tell me before, just load them up and bring them. That cause less trauma to the ewe, more chance of having live lambs if we just didn't try focusing on trying to get this lamb out and just load her up and go. So
that's where the experience comes in. You do it enough, you know when to just be like, this is it, you got to get this done. So then it comes down to the cost to get the lamb out. So a vet visit is going to cost about $200 to $300, and you'll make $200 to $300 off of getting that one live lamb. So you could either screw around and the lamb will die and you've killed the lamb, or and then you lose that money, right? Or you go out there and you get the live lamb and you've saved a life, and then you can just sell that lamb to pay for your vet bill, and it basically works out to the same. Why wouldn't you save the lamb, right?
Yeah.
You save the lamb, right? So that's run out there and do that. So run on top. Vernon, emptied out the van in about 5 minutes from all the market stuff.
Yeah, so this is usually the market mobile. It has the freezer and all the stuff in it from farmers markets.
The plywood right there for our hauler.
So we had to unload all that and get the sheep hauler in, because we built a plywood and wood crate basically that just slides in the back of the van, and put straw in it, and in the sheep go, and off to Vernon we went. Took us longer to get to the vet than we were at the vet.
He still had trouble. Well, as soon as he gives the epidural, which is the nerve blocker that goes into the tail, He could get his hand in and she wouldn't push or be tight anymore, so he could easily put his hand all the way in, found the lamb, got the first one out really quick.
Yeah.
The little lamb came out super fast. She was alive. And the hardest one was the second one. She had a huge head. We had to put her up. We had to put the ewe up onto a Rubbermaid tote with her back end up, and then pull her legs out from underneath her, or put her legs like under her, so that she'd be downhill. And then he was able to get it in, his hand in, and a rope on the legs, and pulled the legs. And then he had to reposition the head because the head was so large. And then he got that lamb out. She's got a bit of a swollen tongue, sort of like Nibbles. Nibbles had a swollen tongue?
Yeah.
Nibbles had a swollen tongue. If you look back at one of like our second or third video, he had a pretty swollen tongue. So number 2 has one. That ewe lamb. Number 1 ewe lamb, the first one, she was up and active in about 2 seconds. She was up and calling. The other one's not too bad. Oh, they both moved now. But yeah, so it was really good. When you can save a lamb, it's great. So
we have 2 live lambs, and we may not have had any live lambs if we waited.
If we had waited, yeah.
So,
or you would have had the one, because the one lamb that was jammed in the birth canal, like with tail first, that you will push and push and push until that lamb dies. And then sometimes the first one, the farthest one back will actually live, but you'll definitely lose that one that's jammed up. So, which is great. So 2 healthy, beautifully colored little Dorper ewes. 2 different coats. One's got the really hairy coat, and then one's got the curlier coat. Woollier coat. But these are numbers. These are the second 2. How do I say this? Second lambs. Second group of lambs. This is the second ewe to our spring lambing, and these are the second 2 lambs. The next 3 and 4.
yes.
Freight train had.
Yes.
Well, there's another ewe.
There was another ewe that had twins.
So these ones aren't our homegrown ewes. The first one was 1814.
1846.
1846.
We bought her out of Bridal Falls. Brideville. Bridesville.
I don't know.
The Kootenays of BC.
I know we went down
south.
to Kelowna to pick them up.
We met the lady in Kelowna and did a trailer swap.
So
anyways,
that's our first ewe of the freight train spring group that went, and she's got a ram and a ewe.
Yeah.
They're doing awesome.
This one here actually came from some friends of ours here in Falkland, and this is her second lambing with us. She lambed almost a year ago. She lambed no problem on her own twins last year, so she was a great mom. March 24th last year, she had twins all on her own, no issues. Came home, they were up and active, and so she's a great mom. So bred her again, but this time she had that breech lamb, the one that's up.
The one that's up is the one. That one right there is the one that was backwards, and then this one here is the one that's got a bit of swelling on her. But this one's been up and trying to nurse even though we're driving down the road. And this one here, she was actually right behind my seat here, so she's been moving over there. So she's doing okay. She's just a little slower.
She got a bit stressed from the delivery, so.
Yeah, it was kind of, it's rough because her head kept going down. So yeah, so it's tough. We had one last year that the legs were out, but the head kept dropping between, like a dive, like not like you want the head to be on the legs, but she kept doing this between her 2 front legs, and you get that pelvic wall where you got the lamb supposed to fit through, and then she'd get the bottom of it. I can't do that with one hand. The bottom of it, her head would hit, and there was no way to pull the legs out but lift the head up. So we had to take that out to that ewe out to the vet, and we did lose that first lamb, but we fought for 6 hours or something, and I think we had.
That was actually her second. She delivered the first one, no problem.
Well, she delivered the first one fine, but the second one was stuck.
The second one was stuck. We took her out.
She's doing okay. She's doing really good. They're doing good. She made them make noise because she's got her halter on.
So
anyways,
we took that other ewe. She delivered the first one. No problem.
Second one
was the one that was stuck. We took her out to the vet. The vet had no problem
actually had the Pats come over to give us a hand, and
Yes.
that's when she took one of the OB gloves, the big sleeve gloves, the ones that go up to your shoulder. She took that and filled it full of lube, and you cut the tip of the finger off, and she'd stick the glove into the ewe, and we'd squeeze the lube in because we'd been fighting so long that she was getting dry inside. There was no amniotic fluid to lubricate anything. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that lamb, every time you try and get the legs up, you'd put them on a rope so you could pull and lift the legs up, so you could get your hand in to lift the head up, and then the head would fall between the legs again. And why did they say that? The vet said that because the lamb had been dead
The
for so
lamb
long.
has been dead, so the neck goes limp. It's not.
Yeah.
When the lamb dies,
Everything
goes limp. So the neck was limp. So she had no way of keeping
Lifting
the head
it up. Yeah.
herself because it was just wanting to fall down because it was already dead.
Yeah.
But anyways, where I was going with that is that even after being gone from her other lamb.
Yeah, because we left the lamb at home and you took the ewe out
Yes.
to the vet.
Yeah.
Because we had to do a bunch of work to it. Yes.
That you took the lamb back after all of that messing around back there.
Is that Squirrely at home?
Squirrely's mom.
Oh, that's why Squirrely's in a different pen, because Mom we'd wean her out and it'd be like, okay, yeah, you've been weaned for 4 weeks, put Squirrely back with her mom, and she'd start lactating again and nursing.
Squirrely nurse.
And that's why we had to separate.
That's why we had to separate Squirrely.
Yeah, she's a good mom. She's a good mom, yeah.
So, she's bred to freight train.
So
hopefully she has a better lambing this year.
Yeah.
So, anyways, just thought we'd do that quick little.
Just an update, yeah. Something quick that we don't have to edit. We can just put on the internets because it's good enough. But we could get to see the little babies. See, there's it. Whoa! Little kid. See, look at that. She's doing really good. Babies. Hey. Oh yeah, quick video update, and then
Well, that's it. I'm gonna get back to driving here, and
we'll get home and get them some colostrum for that one that's got a bit of a swollen tongue, and probably put them either in the breezeway so we can keep an eye on her, or we got a nice clean jug for her down in tarp shed. So the tarp shed, the other shed.
yeah, I don't know. We'll figure that out when we get home.
I think the breezeway's good.
I think the breezeway's good.
I think she'll go into the breezeway because we can keep an eye on that little one, and keep an eye on Mom because she's had to have the epidural and a bunch of stuff. So
Yeah.
look at those.
Antibiotics, pain meds.
And they both have the little white spots on their head just like Mom has.
So, anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you liked it. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
See you later.
See you later.
She's definitely trying to get the milkies. Good mama. How's the other one doing? She's doing okay. I just can't reach her. No, don't lick my hand. Lick your baby.
And it smells like my baby.
Yes, it does. I never washed my hands from pulling lammies out when we had supper, so whatever. Some people are sensitive to that, like, ew, it's gross. It is what it is. She's looking really good. I gotta get that rope over there. No, give me your face. Yeah, I'm trying to get it. Okay, she got it off her lap. Oh, and there's okay, good. Oh, that little one's trying to get up. Oh, good. Oh, she's just stumbled a bit. This one, I don't know if she's getting milkies. Oh, I think she is. She feels like she's filling up. I think she might have found it. Because she feels like she's filling up. I said she'd get full before we got home. That other one is actually starting to move quite a bit now. I think it would do better that once the vehicle stops moving. So I gotta turn around. I'm getting dizzy. Yeah.